everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's episode of Legion we'll be discussing the Night EP. I feel like this era was pretty short-lived, but before we jump into discussing this EP, I have a few things to discuss that's new in the Black Veil Brides. So as many of us know, Black Veil Brides did start their tour and they have done quite a few stops so far. I've been seeing a lot of the videos and the pictures and stuff from it, so I'm very excited for my show coming up at the end of this month. And then Ruth and Nicole, they both went to their shows, so make sure you check out their vlogs on their channel. I love seeing fans besides myself doing vlogs. Lonnie will do vlogs and stuff on his Patreon, which you can subscribe to as well. The tour merch, I am loving it. So they have a lot of cool shirts. I think they have a beanie, a cap, they have a tote bag as well. I like when there's like non-clothing items like t-shirts and stuff, because I have so many that I kind of get tired of t-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff. So it is nice kind of having accessories and other cool things to add to the collection. So I will put up pictures and stuff from there. These will be from Ruth, and then there were a couple people that had posted pictures on the Black Veil Brides Discord as well on Twitter and stuff too. So those are floating around if you want to take a look at those. And then they also released Revenger. So this song was a collaboration with Rob Flynn from Machine Head. Honestly, I didn't expect the song to be the way it was, so I will say it is a banger through and through. I like that they have a little bit more of the chants and stuff, and yeah, I definitely will be adding that song to my workout playlist. I don't know if they're going to be playing this on tour. I think they are. Don't quote me on that, but their set list is up. You guys can take a look at that. They're playing Ritual and Lost It All and all kinds of bangers this tour. They're doing a little bit of a longer set list since it's a headline. And make sure that you guys, while you're at the show, are respectful, have a good time, enjoy the show, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Also, before the tour had started, they had done the Revelation in Black 2 at Richard's art gallery in LA. There were some videos and pictures that were going out and have been coming up throughout the past couple of days from that. And I love seeing all the old memorabilia and the videos and stuff like that from that experience. So I hope that everybody that went had a really good time. It looked like a lot of fun, and I'm sure you guys learned quite a bit and had fun with that Q&A. Also, Black Veil Brides, there was a recent release that Curing had released. Make sure you check that out. I will have that linked in the description below so you guys can read that. There are some fire pictures that were posted along with that article. I did save a few, so hopefully the next couple of days or weeks I will be drawing a few pictures from that. So check that out in the description. And then also the pre-order for the album is going to be shipping out here very soon. I did get an email saying that they were going to be shipping it out. So if you got that email, it should be coming here very soon, either the day of or a few days after the release of the album here, May 8th. Now, they did do a couple of different variations or variants of vinyl. And then, of course, they have the CDs. They have signed CDs. There is some merch and stuff on their website that you can check out as well. If you are not going to the tour, that is an option. I do know that there is a few newer merch items on Hot Topic if you want to have something that's a little bit different than what they have on their website. But either way, check out the merch. It's very cool. I love the designs of this era. I feel like it's really representative of what the album is and some of the visuals that we're getting, especially with the past music videos and songs that we've gotten. There was a recent announcement about listening parties at different record stores. So I will put the listing here. If any of these are near you, go. I unfortunately cannot make any of them. Where I live, it would be like a 3 to 5 hour drive at most, and I cannot get off of work for it. But if you're able to go to these, have so much fun. I hope you get some really cool goodies and enjoy listening to the album at these record stores. Alright, so the Night EP. This was released on November 29th, 2019. This album, or this EP, will be 7 years old this year, which feels kind of crazy to me. I remember when this was released, they had also done the restitch with Lonnie, and we can discuss that at a different time, but the Night EP very much gave us kind of that nostalgia of old Black Veil Brides, and I did like that in the music video that Annie did kind of like an updated war paint, and we got Lonnie's war paint, which was super exciting because, you know, new member, you want to see what their war paint is going to look like. Jake did produce this Night EP. This was the first songs that they had done with Sumerian. So changing record labels can be a little different, but I think they nailed this EP and that knocked it out of the park. I will say that these two songs frequent my playlists, and although there's only 2 songs, they're just bangers. I love them. I like that they did Purple and Black for this short-lived era. Now this, initially they were going to be doing a tour with In This Moment, and then COVID happened and they had to cancel it. They did do that show in Mexico, and then after that they had to postpone the tour because of COVID, which was a little sad for them, but then, you know, it gave them time to work on the next album and other things. So long story short, I mean, we still got that tour. And that was 2021 when they did that finally after it had been postponed from COVID. I went to that one. That was my first Black Veil Brides show. And that was also where I got engaged. So I think it was perfect timing. So the Night EP was an introduction to Lonnie for us fans. And Lonnie had tweeted, and I will read it here. I think I have a screenshot of it. So this is what he said. Lonnie said, "Thrilled to announce that I am joining Black Veil Brides as their new bassist. Having been a long-time dedicated fan of this band, I could not be more grateful for the opportunity to be part of this new era." There is, I believe Lonnie was at the show in Vancouver where Andy had jumped off the stage, and I've watched that video a couple of times, and I've slowed it down, like trying to zoom in and find where Lonnie is. I have really bad eyes, but if you guys are able to find him in that crowd, that would be hilarious. Anyway, the rest of the tweet, he goes on, "Before I had any affiliation with the members, I used to fantasize about playing in this band, playing the music, wearing the makeup, and stage outfits. So for that to now become my new reality is completely surreal. It was only a couple years ago that I was standing in the audience at their concerts, singing along, trying to catch guitar picks. To now see myself in the videos and hear myself on the recordings is a feeling I can't even begin to explain. I look forward to this new beginning as the newest member of Black Veil Brides." And we are so grateful for Lonnie for joining the band and being a part of it. I feel like since he's joined, the band has really come together. They look like they're happier and they're more comfortable and are able to do a lot more creative endeavors and stuff with it. And it really shows, especially with their live performances and concerts and interviews and everything along those lines. So Lonnie, we are so grateful for you. You are a gem. We love you so much. As for the songs, so we got Saints of the Blood, and then we also got The Vengeance. Surprisingly, The Vengeance actually has more views on YouTube. If you look, they have more views on that song than Saints of the Blood. If I had to choose between the 2 songs, I feel like it's a hard choice. I've been listening to the Saints of the Blood a lot more than The Vengeance, but I love them both. But Saints of the Blood has been hitting a lot harder recently. We'll start with the first song, so that was Saints of the Blood. Now, by definition, Saints of the Blood is Christian believers saved by the sacrifice of Jesus. Now, in this context, though, it is more so about like personal rebellion and finding inner strength, and then essentially becoming your own saint. So you fought through personal hardships and fears and struggles, and you broke through barriers, and then thus, in turn, you become stronger and be your own saint in a way. So I did like the imagery of this music video. Obviously, we got the war paint back, which I know a lot of fans, including myself, were super excited about because we kind of got that throwback sound with these two songs, and then coinciding with the war paint, it was kind of like a bring the band back to life and reflecting and still bringing in elements of OG Black Veil Brides. So yeah, I did like that. The imagery is a little different. It was a little flashy at times, but hey, we still got the purple and the black and everything. The vibes were incredible. I think they did a pretty good job with what they had and the amount of time and money that they had to put in for these music videos. So I did like that it was a good introduction to Lonnie and how the band meshed and sounded together. So of course, they did a fantastic job. Now, the Vengeance, they did that opening with Isaiah 63:4, and it said, quote, "For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed to come." So I thought it was perfect to open up with the Vengeance with that, and then we get into Jake just shredding it. It is a banger. Let me know if you guys, like, if you had to choose between the two songs, Saints of the Blood and The Vengeance, which one would you choose? Because I feel like it's a hard choice. It was a hard choice for me. This song, if you really listen to it and kind of listen to the lyrics, it's about overcoming hatred and rising from the ashes of pain and criticism, which we have seen throughout the history of Black Veil Brides. They have been getting a lot of criticism, a lot of hatred over the years, and they always try to come out from the ashes, per se, and kind of use that as fuel to become better and to drive themselves forward. So they're embracing their inner strength again with this song, as well with Saints of the Blood, and I thought that was perfect for the EP, especially since they kind of took that hiatus for reasons. And coming back and talking about and discussing inner strength when it came from a pretty rough patch for the band was a pretty good introduction into what we would see from the band in the coming years. So fantastic job as always. I never have anything negative to say about these two songs. The music video, they did the same, it was the same makeup as they did for Saints of the Blood. I don't know if they, I can't remember if they had filmed it in like the same day or around the same couple of days that they had. But I did like that it was consistent. They did the consistent makeup and theme and stuff with it, instead of doing like two opposite things that really wouldn't make too much sense. But I believe that if I remember correctly, the skeleton that we see in the music video, Andy had brought out from storage. I can't exactly remember where he said it was from. I'm sure someone can tell me in the comments below, because I cannot for the life of me remember the lore or the backstory to that. I know it was discussed on the Andy show at some point, but I scrolled back and I couldn't find it, and it was bothering me, so I kind of gave up on that. But if you guys remember that, please let me know. I remember during this time I had walked into Hot Topic, and they had a pin, and then there was a crop top shirt. I couldn't find it to wear it for this video. I think it's in the laundry. There's a picture of me wearing it. But I remember walking into Hot Topic, and it was around this time when the Night EP was released, and I was so excited because any other time that I've gone into that Hot Topic, there was never really any of their merch. There would be like here and there, but was never my size. Thankfully, this shirt was my size, so I bought it, of course. And the merch that they released for this era, I didn't get any of it. But let me know if you guys have any of these. I have been on the hunt for a Night EP era shirt for quite a while, and I have been unable to find them, but I think it was just because of the timing. If you guys have any of those merch items, let me know, or send me a message on Instagram, or tag me on Twitter. I'd love to see them, because from what I saw, it was only those items, and then I remember the crop top and then the pin. So I would love to see those other merch items if there was anything else that I missed. Kind of looking online about if there were any articles and stuff about the EP, there really wasn't much. The only thing that I really saw, there was one that was just talking about the upcoming tour and not really much else other than them mentioning that they had released a new EP. But then of course Alt Press, bless their souls, they usually come through. Same with Outburn and Kerrang, but they came through and I read through that, and I wrote a couple of things down here. So this interview, Andy had discussed how the fandom has been behind them every step of the way. So there's a quote from that, and he said, "Our goal is to say thank you to the fans for giving us this amount of time by proving that we're worth it." So this, like I said, the EP was released after Black Widow Brides had taken a hiatus, and then we got Lonnie joining the band, and this kind of felt like, with the nostalgia of it, it was kind of them giving a nod to like the OG fans here. Like, thank you so much for sticking by. Here's kind of like an honor or a nod to you guys. And then Andy went on and he said, "With the feeling of nostalgia on this one, the idea was to add 2 songs that felt very much like the band that we were in the past and maybe strayed away from." And I will agree on that one. I did feel like, I mean, Veil is my favorite album. I just really like the really emotional ones, but it did feel like they did stray away from kind of what their original sound was. And then I think Veil kind of just didn't really connect with a lot of fans, and there were a lot of other things going on behind the scenes with that album. But to have them come back with the EP instead of like a full-length album, I felt like that was a good move on them, because then they could get a feel and they could have the songs out there and then work on the next like full-length album, because they had done so many full-length albums in the past, and to have an EP out, I felt like was the smart move for them. That is all I had for the Night EP. There wasn't too much out there about it, just because it was a short era and other things had been going on and everything. But let me know what you guys thought when this EP dropped, and the music videos and the announcement. I know there were a lot of mixed feelings. There were some people that were upset. Honestly, I am glad that one person is gone. Lonnie has really changed the band for the better and has really been that redeemer and kind of given the band a new light. And it's really shown these past couple of years with their songs, music videos, even just the way that they carry themselves. I feel like the band has a lot more confidence now, and they're able to put a lot more effort and a lot more of their time into things and be happy with the things that they put out, the art that they create. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure that you're following me on all my social medias, which will be linked in the description below. I did do a giveaway that has since ended, so I had announced that on the story. I already sent those prizes out, so thank you to everybody who had participated. I'm hoping next year, or maybe late this year, I'll do another giveaway. It'll be a little bit smaller. So yeah, make sure you're following me on Instagram. I have TikTok as well, and I have Twitter. I have a lot of stuff for sale on my Etsy. I have a couple of pairs of boots. Got the Fallen Angel ones. These are still available. I believe they are a women's 7.5. And we got that cool wing detail. I'm very proud of these. I think you guys would rock this, just saying. I had done a collaborative effort with Elaine. They had come up with the design and I painted the boots. These are Andy Black ones, based off of the shadow side. Okay. Super cool. I love the little charm. But these are also available. These boots are a little bit more expensive just because it is a collaborative effort, and you would be paying 2 artists. So it's free shipping. I do international as well. So if you're interested in these 2 pair of boots, snap them up. And of course, I am taking commissions for custom vests. I'm also doing custom bustiers. You can just message me on Instagram or my Etsy for those. I do have slots open for the vests. And then I also am taking commissions for tattoo designs, merch designs, any kind of drawing. Just reach out to me. I would love to keep creating. And yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next episode. There will be some flute covers coming out here very soon. But thank you guys so much for all the love and support, and I will see you in the next one. Stay rad.